Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap, and we all are aware that RBI has recently come up with the RBI Grade B officer exam notification. And if you are someone who was preparing for the exam and who is planning to appear for this year, so let me tell you guys, the very first step that you have to take in order to become RBI Grade B officer is to fill out your online application form for RBI Grade B officer exam. So my dear friends, in the past we have seen that various aspirants faces some problems while filling out their online application form, like where is the registration link from where I can get myself registered for the exam, and what are the different prerequisite documents that I must have in order to fill out the online application form completely and successfully. So let me tell you that I will be resolving all such kind of your doubts in this session, as I will be providing you a real-time simulation of how to fill your online application form for RBI Grade B officer exam. So my dear friends, now you are also having the opportunity of filling out your form along with me here right now. Okay, so the very first step that you have to take here is, as a part of online form filling processes, just type RBI in your browser as I have done it, and the following page will appear. Here you can see that there is a head of vacancies. Just click on vacancies and you can see here that this following page will appear. On the top you can see for the July 25-24 direct recruitment for the post of officers in grade B general DPR DSIM for the panel year 24 has been released. So basically RBI has come up with this notification, and by clicking on this link, I have already downloaded this notification. You can see here, as you can see that RBI has released the notification for general DPR and DSIM. So my dear friend, the very first thing, the people are having the doubt that through which mode we have to basically fill out our application form. The notification makes it clearly mention here that candidates are required to apply online only. तो उसके लिए यहाँ पर आपको लिंक प्रोवाइड किया गया है, तो इस लिंक पर क्लिक करके आप अपने रजिस्ट्रेशन पेज पर जा सकते हैं. And the dates that you have to note down here is that you can fill out this form between 25th of July to August 16, 2024. So make sure that you are not waiting for the last date and you are filling out this form well before time, right? So now my dear friends, you must be having one more important question in your mind, that for how many posts I can apply. Definitely you can apply if you are eligible for both the general as well as the DPR or DSIM. Definitely you can apply for both the posts, that is general or the DPR or DSIM. Let me tell you that in the DPR or DSIM you can only apply either of them, like either for DPR or for DSIM. So I hope this doubt is clear. And now my dear friends, the prerequisite documents that you must have includes the photograph, signature, left thumb impression and the handwritten declaration. When I talk about left thumb impression, it must be on a white paper with the black or blue ink. When I talk about handwritten declaration, it must be on a white paper with the black ink. Now what exactly is the text that we have to write on a piece of paper and we have to scan it after that? That particular text is for example, I am writing this text. So I, Devanshu Kaushik, hereby declare that all the information submitted by me in the application form is correct, true and valid, and I will present the supporting documents as and when required. So we are not required to change any text. You are just required to type your name, to write your name here, and the rest of the text will remain the same, right? But in the case of visually impaired candidates who cannot write, they may get the text of declaration typed and they have to put their left thumb impression below the typed declaration, and they have to upload the document as per the specification. So what exactly the specification is? Basically the size. So when I talk about the photograph image, the size of the image must be between 20 KB to 50 KB. And when I talk about signature, it must be on a white paper with a black ink pen, and it must be between the size of 10 KB to 20 KB. If you will be violating this size, then you will not be able to upload your signature successfully while filling out your online application form. And same goes with the photograph or thumb impression as well as the handwritten declaration. When I talk about left thumb impression, it must be on a white paper with the black or blue ink. And for the handwritten declaration, it must be on a white paper with the black ink, and the size must be between 50 KB to 100 KB. I hope that these details are very much clear to all of you. Now let us directly move on to the registration part. So here, this is the link, and when I click on this link, this page will appear. This is the registration page from where I can get myself registered for the RBI Grade B officer exam notification, right? As I have not done the registration part, so here I have to click here for the new registration. But if you want to eliminate all these steps of finding out the registration link, what you can do? So basically in the description of this video, I have provided you the link of this particular blog that we at EduTap has launched on our website, and the link is edutap.co.in/RBI Grade B 24 notification/ And we have basically launched this blog for the RBI Grade B Officer Exam 2024 notification, where we have provided you the various details of the exam dates, vacancies, eligibility criteria. And apart from that, when you will be doing Control F and right here application direct link, when you will click on enter here, you will be redirected to this part of the page, and which says click here for the RBI Grade B online application direct link. When you will click on this link, it will once again redirect you to this registration page. So you can definitely eliminate some of the steps by just directly clicking on the link given in the description of this particular session, right? So here, as I have already mentioned to you that I have not done my registration part, so here I have to click here for the new registration, right? So I have clicked here. You can see here that this online form filling process is a 6-step process which includes the basic info, photo and signature, details, preview, uploads and the payment. In the basic information, guys, once again we have to make sure that whenever you are filling out your form, make sure that all the details are being filled correctly, and wherever this asterisk has been marked, so that means that these fields are mandatory for you to fill out for the exam, right? So here in the basic info, what you have to fill: your first name, middle name, last name. If your name is Rudra Pratap Singh, then your first name will be Rudra. You have to fill out in the Rudra, then confirm first name by filling out Rudra, then confirm the middle name, that is Pratap, then the last name, that is Singh, and then you have to confirm your last name by filling out Singh here, right? After that, you have to enter your mobile number, then you have to confirm your mobile number, then you have to enter your email ID, and in the end you have to enter here the security code. So let me quickly fill out my details here. So I have filled out my details and I have marked those details, and I really believe that you guys will respect my privacy. So I have also filled out the security code, and now, my dear friends, this is the time that I must click on here save and next. By clicking on save and next, I will be able to get myself registered. So when I click on save and next, it says me that are you sure the data entered is correct, as no change or the edit of application will be allowed after complete registration, and if yes, click OK, otherwise click cancel. अगर तो आपकी कोई डिटेल यहाँ पर इनकरेक्ट है तो यहाँ पर आप कैंसिल करके उसको क्लिक ठीक कीजिए and then click on save and next. Otherwise, as I have basically verified that all my details are correct, so I am clicking on OK, and again I am clicking on the save and next, and this page will appear, and this page will basically mentions that I have registered myself. The very first process is done, that is of registering myself, and my provisional registration number and password is provided here. And you will also receive your registration number and password by clicking here. So my dear friends, one very important point is that in order to, let me tell you that all the intimation will be done through email and SMS only. So when I have got myself registered here, I have also received the email as well as SMS that yes, I have successfully registered and this is my registration number and password. So make sure that you are having a valid email ID and mobile number that you can fill while filling out your online application form. And now, my dear friends, the second step is of uploading the photograph and signature. So here I have to choose the file, and I have uploaded my photograph here, and I have confirmed that yes, this is my valid photo, and I have also agreed to above mentioned note, right? So I have also to make sure that yes, photo should be clearly visible in the adjacent box. This is the adjacent box, and I have made sure that yes, photo is clearly visible, and I have ticked this checkbox. Now the next step is of uploading the signature. So here I have basically uploaded my signature, but I have made it blurred, right? But you have to make sure that yes, your signature is not in the capital or block letters and it is clearly visible in this particular adjacent box, right? And once again we have to tick the checkbox here, and as I have completed all the details here, so here I am clicking next. After clicking on next, now the two steps are being concluded. Now we are on the third step, that is of the details, where I have to basically do the most important part, that is I have to decide and I have to fill out the detail that for which post I am applying for, what is my category, and it also includes some other further questionnaires which includes whether you possess the MPhil qualification, and whether you are an ex-serviceman, whether you are an ex-employee, whether you are presently working in the RBI or not, then about your examination centers, where do I am required, basically where do I like to give my एग्जाम, ठीक है? तो फेज 1 का एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर, फेज 2 एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर हमें यहाँ पर फिल आउट करना है, एंड दैट विल बी फॉलोड बाय पर्सनल डिटेल्स व्हिच इंक्लूड्स योर डेट ऑफ बर्थ, जेंडर एंड योर मदर्स नेम, फादर्स नेम इंक्लूडिंग योर एड्रेस, राइट? So my dear friends, these are the details that we need to enter here very carefully, and we have to make sure that all the details are correct in nature. So I'm quickly entering my details here. So the very first thing is the selecting the post. So here, as I'm only filling out my form for the general part, so here I have basically selected officer in grade B DR general, and you can see here that it says combinations are allowed to apply for both general as well as DPR और द DSIM. तो यहाँ पर अगर आप दोनों ही पोस्ट के लिए अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं तो आप यहाँ पर दोनों पोस्ट को सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं one by one. Right? I hope this is clear to all of you. So here I am clicking OK here. So now it says that please indicate your category correctly in the online application form. No change in the category will be permitted after the submission. तो यहाँ पर जैसे ही मैं कैटेगरी पर चूज करता हूँ तो this particular notification box is coming here, right? So this pop-up box appears before me. So here I am clicking on OK here. So after clicking OK, so you can see here that yes, it is asking me to basically also fill out the caste, income or certificate number. I have to fill out this detail as well. And then it asks me that are you a person with a benchmark disability of 40% or more? I have marked no here, and if you are someone who is having this benchmark disability of 40% or more, then you have to fill out the details accordingly. You will be filling out yes here, and then you have to basically provide your details, the category of your disability, the nature of disability, and the other important details, right? Now my dear friends, I have filled out my other details as well, that are you a person with a specified disability covered under the section definition of section 2. So I have marked no here. Accordingly, you have to fill out your details. Then do you possess MPhil qualification? No. Do you possess doctorate degree PhD qualification? As I don't possess this qualification, so I am marking no here. If you possess, please make sure that you are marking yes here, right? After that, are you a Reserve Bank of India employee? So I am not, so I have marked no here. And if you are someone who is presently serving in the Reserve Bank of India, then you have to mark yes, and you have to also provide your index number and employee ID number below, right? Then do you have any experience as an officer in the scheduled commercial bank? If you are someone who is having experience, please mark yes. I have not have that experience, so I am marking no here. Then the next step is that do you possess a master's degree with the research, teaching, foreign university institute? So basically this particular part is for those people who are applying for DPR or DSIM, as I have not applied for that post, so that's why I don't have any option of filling out this detail here, right? Now the next part is the whether employed in government service, quasi-government organization. I am not, so I have marked no here. Accordingly, are you an ex-employee of banking institution? I am not, so I have marked no. If you are someone who is the ex-employee, then please mark yes here, right? So have you appeared 6 times for the phase 1 examination? If you are someone who has appeared for the 6 times, please mark yes. Otherwise, please mark no. As I am filling out my detail in the SC category, so it is not applicable for me, right? Now let's fill out the other details. For example, nationality, I have already marked here Indian, selected Indian here. So now the state of UT, the state or UT to which center of phase 1 examination belongs. So I have marked here Chandigarh, and the center of phase 1 examination I have marked accordingly. And you can also do that as per your convenience कि जो भी आपके nearest place है आप उसको देखिए and fill out the form accordingly. Okay, then the center for the phase 1 examination I've already covered here. Now after that, guys, what we have to basically do is we have to choose the medium of the written examination, that is English, right? So I will be appearing in the English medium, so I am marking here English only. So now my dear friends, the next part of the details includes the date of birth, your gender, your marital status, father's name and mother's name. So you have to fill out your details accordingly, and I have also made sure that now I have filled my details accordingly, my date of birth. So we have to also make sure that all the details are being filled correctly here, right? So I have filled out all my details here correctly, and I wanted to keep my address for correspondence same as the address for this permanent address. So basically I have checked on this, I have marked on this checkbox, right? So now my dear friends, you can see here at the end, you will see that yes, it will show you the amount that you are required to pay as a fees for this online application form process. And now we have to validate our details. So I am clicking on validating my details here. So it is saying that there was an invalid value for the address for correspondence. So I am making it correctly here. And now it has shown me that yes, it is verified successfully. And now I can click on save and next. So after clicking on OK, I have clicked on OK and save and next. So now I am on the next step, in which basically I am required to fill out my education details, right? So the very first thing that you have to see is that, here RBI has this year also provided you the definition of the graduation or the bachelor's degree, and for post graduation master degree as well. So do you have an integrated dual degree? I don't have, so I am clicking on no here, right? Apart from that, you can see that I am required to fill out the details for my 10th standard, 12th standard, graduation, post-graduation, MPhil. So I have to fill out all the details accordingly. If I am possessing this particular qualification, I have to fill them accordingly, right? After that, we have to fill out our, do you have a operating knowledge of the computers, or your work experience details, the languages known. So now, my dear friends, I'm quickly filling out my details. So here I have quickly filled out my details here. I have marked no here, as I don't have any integrated or dual degree. Then for the 10th standard, I have mentioned here subjects that were there, like English, Hindi, Maths, Science, Social Science, and I have appeared from the CBSE, and this is the date of my passing, then percentage of marks, and accordingly what is the class or grade which has been provided there, right? Then in the 12th standard, what were the subjects that I was having, then the name of the board, then once again the details of the date of passing, percentage of marks, and the class and grade. After that, as I'm BTech in mechanical engineering, so I have basically selected the things accordingly, and the name of board is required to be presented here, or the university or institute, then your date of passing, percentage of marks, and class or grade. Now, my dear friends, I don't possess the post-graduation degree, diploma, MPhil, doctorate degree, or any other thing, so that's why I have kept, I have left them blank here, right? Now the next part is, do you have operating knowledge? So I have basically studied computer as a subject during my school as well as in my college, in my BTech as well. So I have marked yes here, and I have presented here that yes, I have studied that as a subject, right? Now the next part is of basically filling out my work experience details. So here, if you are working, so make sure guys that you are filling out accordingly, that you are marking yes here. You have to provide your employer details, like what is the name of employer, what was your designation, and on which date you have basically joined this particular organization, then what is your nature of the duty. So as I'm the educator in EduTap, so I have filled out my details accordingly. The nature of duty is teaching, so here it is basically showing my experience in the EduTap, right? Similarly, if you are someone who has appeared and who has basically worked for more than one company, you can definitely click on add more here. When you will click on it, you will see that you can definitely add more employer details, right? So now, my dear friends, as I have filled out my details accordingly, and now after that, what I have to do, I have to basically fill out my details for the languages known, and I have mentioned English and Hindi here, and I can read, write, and speak as well in both the languages. So I have checked the, and I have ticked the check boxes accordingly. Now I am validating my details here. So it has been verified successfully that all the details are I have filled, and no detail where the asterisk was being marked, I have left it blanked. So I have to make sure that wherever the asterisk has been marked, they are being filled out accordingly and correctly, right? Now I'm clicking on save and next. So here, my dear friends, you can see that now my application form is complete, and you will be able to see the summary, whatever the details you have mentioned here, they are being appeared to the right here, right? So you can see that all the details that I have basically filled. Now you can see in the payment status, it is showing unpaid here. So basically, when my registration process will be completed, when my application form process will be completed, then it will show me paid here, right? So here you can see that yes, I have basically seen all the details, and they are basically correct here. Now it also tells me that I hereby declare that all the statements made in this application are true, complete, and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. I understand that in the event of any information being found untrue or incorrect at any stage, or I am not satisfying any of the eligibility criteria stipulated, and also in the case of creating influence, undue pressure, then the recruitment shall tantamount to cancellation of my candidature. तो अगर कोई भी डिटेल अगर यहाँ पर मिसमैच होती है, तो मेरा कैंडिडेचर कैंसिल हो सकता है. That's why I told you in the initial part of the application form process that yes, you have to make sure all your details are correct here. अगर मान लीजिए कि आपकी यहाँ पर कोई डिटेल है जो कि इनकरेक्ट है, आप यहाँ पर बैक का बटन क्लिक करेंगे तो आप फिर से पिछले वाले स्टेप पर आ जाएंगे. You will be redirected to the previous step. Now as I have basically seen that yes, all my details are correct, so once again I have clicked on save and next, and now this is my form here, right? So my dear friends, now I have to basically click here that yes, I agree that yes, all the details are there. So क्योंकि मैंने यहाँ पर अग्री पे क्लिक नहीं किया था, तो आई हैव जस्ट क्लिक्ड ऑन कंप्लीट रजिस्ट्रेशन. नाउ इट इज शोइंग मी प्लीज चेक आई अग्री टू सबमिट दिस एप्लीकेशन. नाउ आई एम क्लिकिंग ऑन ओके. I have marked I agree, and it says that on completion of the registration, no changes of details already entered will be permitted. That means all the details, for example, be it my photograph or signature, my education details, and my experience details, I will not be able to edit any of the single detail after going through and after passing through this particular step. So make sure all your details are correct here. So I'm clicking on OK here. Are you sure? To continue, I have marked yes, that yes, I'm sure. So here I am clicking on OK, and you can see that now we are on the fifth step, that is of uploading. And now we have to upload our left thumb impression, handwritten declaration, and the security code. So my dear friends, I am uploading my left thumb impression here. I have basically made it blur here, but you have to make sure that yes, it is clearly visible to you. And the specification of the left thumb impression and handwritten declaration I have already provided you earlier, right? So I am clicking on OK, as I am able to see my left thumb impression clearly here. Now the next step is of handwritten declaration. So I am clicking on OK. You can see here that this is the handwritten declaration which states, I, Devanshu Kaushik, hereby declare that all the information submitted by me in the application form. So you can see here that I have written the same text here that I have shown you. Okay, and on the white paper with the black ink, you have to make sure that you are also filling it out accordingly. So I have uploaded it and everything is clearly visible. I am clicking on OK here. So now the next step is basically of filling out the security code, and I have filled it out. Now I have to click on save and next. Now again it is asking me that are you sure the data entered is correct, as no change or the edit of application will be allowed after the final submit. I have made sure that yes, all the details are correct, so I am clicking on OK. And now I am on the last step of this particular online form filling process, that is of the payment. So now this is showing the amount that I have to pay. I have filled out here security code, and now I'm clicking on submit here. Now it is asking me, do you want to proceed for the payment? I have clicked on OK, and now it is taking me to the payment page. Right here I am required to fill out my card number details. So basically there are various payment gateways from where you can basically pay your fees. For example, you can fill your fees, you can pay your fees through credit card, through debit card, through internet banking, through wallet, cash cards, through QR code, or through UPI. So I am basically filling out my I am paying my fees through the credit card. So I filled out my details. I am clicking on make payment. So after clicking on it, it is taking me that yes, okay, proceed with the payment. I have clicked here. So now this page will appear, and when this page will appear, make sure that you are not clicking on any back button, you are not refreshing the page, because here now you are just required to enter your OTP and you have to click on submit here, right? So I have done this. I have clicked on submit, and you can see here that yes, here I have got my payment page, and it is saying that payment status is successful, and now I am required to take the print of this particular PDF for my reference. ठीक है, तो reference के लिए हमें यहाँ पर इसका print लेना रहेगा. Make sure you are also taking the print out of this particular page to show that yes, क्योंकि कभी so my dear friends, sometimes what happens is that when you will be when you will be seeing your online application form, again going through the page, you will see that your payment is not successful. But here if you are having the proof that yes, it was successful when you have paid, then definitely it will make sure that yes, your application form is completely filled, right? So here basically I have taken the printout of this, and now once again I am going to this particular registration page. And why so? Right now, as I have already get myself registered, I am not required to click here for the new registration, but I have to check successfully that whether I am able to fill out my form successfully or not. So you can see here I have filled out my details, and now I am clicking on submit here, and it says that yes, you can see right now all my details are here and my application form has been filled successfully. Now I have to sure that whether my payment status is paid or not. You can see here that yes, in the application fee intimation charges column, you can see that in the payment status it is showing that yes, it is paid. So that shows that yes, I have filled out my form successfully. And my dear friends, you can see that all the details will be mentioned here. You can just download this particular application form by clicking on print documentation and the print application as well. तो यहाँ से आप अपना application form download भी कर सकते हैं अपने reference के लिए. सो आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर मैंने सारी डिटेल्स को देख लिया है, मेरे सारे जो डिटेल्स हैं यहाँ पर एकदम सक्सेसफुली क्लियर्ड हैं. So now my dear friend, that was the last part of this particular online form filling process, and now I believe that all of you are really able to see that yes, how you are required to fill out your online application form successfully, and I believe all your doubts are now resolved, and now you will be able to successfully apply for the RBI Grade B officer exam. So please make sure that you are not waiting for the last date and you are filling out the details and your form well before time. I would like to wish you all the best for your exam, and we will keep on coming up with such kind of sessions. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.